The Bitcoin bulls are cooling off a tiny little bit. Is this the retracement period, or do we have more surprises? Well, let's find out. Hello Adrian and welcome back to my channel. It is, yes, 7:30 p.m. UTC plus 8, and welcome everybody who is watching around the world. Yeah, quite, well, not that much of an eventful day today, I guess, for the Bitcoin traders. But yeah, I am actually in a trade right now for Bitcoin and for Ethereum as well. And I just took a position like 10 minutes ago. So before we go into more details about the position that I'm in and that I have taken, let's go first and take a look on the COVID numbers, and of course say hello to everybody who is watching. Hi Darren, hi Lex, hi Nikolai, hi Shamir. So let's take a look on the COVID numbers, if something different is happening. Ooh, there's something different happening. Yes, Planet, I saw Kodak. Everybody is talking about Kodak. Yeah, they say that there's no manipulation. It's definitely manipulation. there's no way around that. That's definitely manipulation. But anyways, yeah, like I said, those are the things that happen, man. Those are the things that happens. Anyways, let's take a look on the COVID numbers. We are close to 4.5 million cases now in the United States, and over 2.5 million in Brazil, and over 1.5 million in Russia. In India, and over 800,000 in Russia. I don't know about you guys or wherever you guys are at. Hi Gita, but for here in the Philippines, they are actually thinking about, it's not sure yet, but they're actually thinking about resuming the lockdown once again. So yeah, that would suck really bad if we have another lockdown coming in because there's just too many cases once again that is coming up. So let's take a look on the total amount of numbers on a beautiful chart. And of course, we are now over 17 million confirmed cases over the whole world. So that's definitely not a little amount. And of course, everywhere else around the world, yeah, the numbers keep on going up. We don't see any flattening of the curve or anything like that. So I think it's kind of normal that people around the world are, everybody is thinking about resuming the lockdown. I'm definitely not looking forward to that, though. I'm definitely not looking forward to that. Anyways, so let's go back into yesterday, because yesterday was a really, I think, one of the most beautiful trades or explanations of trades that we could have happened yesterday. So I just wanted to go back in time a tiny little bit, so to explain what happened yesterday. So let's not look what is going on right now. Let's go back in time a little bit up into yesterday, right? So let's go yesterday. Let's go back here. So basically this is what happened, right? So we were in this triangle, and I've said that, well, if we do close above this triangle, most likely we will be reaching the first target, the R1, or retesting the 11,200 area. And basically that is what happened, right? So we closed, if the next 4 hour as you can see here, we closed above, we broke out of the triangle towards the upside. That's why we were in a long position, of course, and then we were targeting the 11,200. And what did I also say? If we do close the 4 hour candle close above the R1, if we close it above R1, we can actually reach the target of 11,350. So what happened then was the following. So up, we closed, as you can see, the candle above the R1, and then what happened? ta-da, and we reached the $11,350. So yeah, that's what I call a perfect trade, because everything what we were discussing, or everything that we were talking about, is what happened, right? So moving along, what happened after was pretty simple. What happened is we got bearish divergence, right? So we got this move here from this point to this point, and if we are looking on the RSI, boom boom. So we have a higher high here, and then a lower high on this point here on the RSI. So we have bearish divergence basically on that area. So basically, the bearish divergence is basically what is being played out, right? So let's go back to the normal size. Oof. Let's close it out. Oof. So basically, this is what is going on right now. This is the bearish divergence that we are seeing right now, that is being formed out, and we are basically back into where we are at in the support line. But what is important is basically that no structure is basically broken, right? So no structure has been broken. So I will make a parallel channel right now here. First of all, the parallel channel. Let's put it on a line chart. So basically, that is the range that I've been talking about. Basically, as long as we are holding above the 10.9k, we are good. And the top of the range is around 11,200. And like I've explained to you guys, most likely what will happen is just basically we will most likely be ranging towards the right towards the right side, because we are very near the monthly close. And if we are expecting that the monthly close is going to be pretty good, well, let's talk about the monthly close in a while. But I just wanted to go over my reasoning right now. So what did I do? I'm just basically scalping the top and the bottom of the range, right? So if this is the bottom of the range, so I am in a long position right now at 10,922, which is the support line here, 10,922. Well, what is my reasoning behind it? Well, the reasoning is behind this because price is basically just ranging above this one. So what do you do when you are scalping? You basically take the bottom, you long the bottom of the range, and you close your position on the top of the range. That's that's basically how you are scalping or making money, right? And the reason why I feel quite comfortable or quite safe with that range is because, well, as you can see right here, the EMA 21 orange line is pushing up, so that will give us a support line in case that the price does drop towards the downside. If we do close below, so in the next 20 minutes, right? If in the next 20 minutes, if for example the price is going to be closing below the S1, well, I'll just exit my trade, right? So I'll be losing maybe like $20 or $10 or whatever the amount is that I'm going to be losing, because most likely then price is most likely going to be heading down one more leg towards the EMA 21. So there's no point for me to be holding on along. I will just take a long again, most likely at the EMA 21 then, but just take a small loss from there. Or you can just hold on. That's the same thing. Hold on and maybe add on a little bit of position at the EMA 21. We'll see what happens, but yeah, that's basically where I'm at right now. I'm in a long at 10,922, the bottom of the range, and I don't expect price to be breaking it, to be honest. Why do I think price is not to be breaking it? Well, like I said, this is the range that we are defining, the EMA 21 that is going back up, and also if we are looking at the RSI, we are forming this channel right here, and most likely it is starting to curl towards the upside, and maybe even we will be breaking, but not too confident about that just yet. So maybe we'll do something like this and a small break up towards the upside or something like that. So in a long once again right here, and of course we can also talk about the bullish divergence that we are seeing right now from this point as well. So from this point to basically this point that we are forming right now, if we are looking at the RSI, we can see that we have a lower low on the RSI. Of course, we have a lower low on the RSI, but a higher low on the price, as you can see here. So we are forming hidden bullish divergence as well. So that basically gives me um, a nice setup to be trading towards the upside once again. Where am I going to be taking profits? Well, there's two ways to go ahead with it. Like I said, we can just take the top here, the previous high of the body of the candle. So most likely around 11,200 once again. I'll be starting to take profit, but eventually, most likely, I will be aiming for the R1 at 11,300 once again. If, of course, once again, exactly the same situation, if the price does close above 11,200, most likely we will have enough momentum to go back up towards 11,300, and if we are lucky, even 11,400 with a wick or something like that. But yeah, everything will depend on the next 17 minutes and see where we are at back then. If we are closing, like I said, if we are closing below the S1, then I'll just close my position, right? Exactly the same situation basically on Ethereum. So we can see that instead of like a parallel channel, it's more like a pennant that is being formed right now. And on the RSI, we can basically see pretty much the same thing, like some sort of like a falling wedge on the RSI as well. So higher probability. So it's still possible that we can go down one more leg, but it's more probability that we are heading and breaking towards the upside as well, since the RSI is falling down as well, right? So where am I looking at? Well, I'm looking at first of all the R1 at 324, and then, but most likely, since this is a triangle, I do expect us to go at least to 327 or 332 on the top side once again. But of course, I'll be starting to take profits along the way, right? So I'm not going to be holding on. But a very similar situation. What I want to be seeing is in the next 15 minutes or something like that, that the price, the most ideal situation is that it would be closing above the VWAP. So at the 321.31, as you can see right now, if the price in the next 15 minutes would be closing above that, that would be pretty bullish. But I would already be happy if it would be closing above the 10 simple moving average, or 319.60, as you can see here, as long as we are not going to be breaking, of course, below the triangle. Or, but like I said, we have the support also once again of the EMA 21, or the yellow line here. So once again, I think those are the kind of like trades that I love to take, because the risk is very, very well defined. So if we just close below the EMA 21, yeah, of course you will be losing some money, but that's the risk that you're taking. But more often than not, you'll be making money, because, well, the pattern is and the momentum is in your side. Like I said, definitely with the RSI forming a bullish pattern, and the support is being held up for a pretty substantial amount of time. And of course, once again, the hidden bullish divergence has been formed right now on the 4-hour as well. So basically, both positions are filled right now on Ethereum and on Bitcoin, and we're just going to be waiting and see what will happen. So back into what happened yesterday, the FOMC. So basically, the whole thing that they were talking about was they are going to be doing everything in their power that they can to be helping and supporting the economy. That's basically what the whole thing is. They will keep the interest rate at zero. At zero, they will extend loans, even more loans. They will prolong the amount of help and support that they have been doing until the end of the year, basically. So what that means is very good news for the stock market, to be honest, because it basically means that they will do anything that they can to be propping up the stock market. So yeah, it seems like a lot of good things are going to keep happening for the stock market. So that gives me a more bullish outlook on everything in terms of investments and so on and so on. But of course, we don't know how people are going to be reacting towards this kind of news. We did see a nasty pullback actually today. If we are looking at the Nasdaq right now, as you can see here, we had a pretty nasty pullback here, but we also had a pretty, it's actually the very similar in Bitcoin, as you can see, right? And if you don't see the correlation between this and this, it's exactly the same, as you can see, right? But very strong wick, once again, wicks on the bottom and holding this support line once again. So yeah, it seems like this is going to be holding up and most likely be ranging, which is perfect for Bitcoin, right? So if this is ranging and not crashing, so what we don't want to see is a full crash on the traditional market, and if that doesn't happen, then good things will be happening to Bitcoin. That's basically what we are hoping for, right? So very similar on the S&P as well, a pretty nasty pullback all the way down, but still holding this very strong support zone once again. And yeah, seems like it will make a bounce towards the upside once again, back to sideways mainly. So once again, like I said, that means pretty good things for Bitcoin overall. Other than that, nothing much, nothing special were said, or nothing that was out of the ordinary was said during the meeting. They were just saying like that it's not under their control, and that the pandemic will be resolved, will basically the direction of the economy, and that they don't have anything under control when it concerns the pandemic. So if the pandemic gets resolved, then of course it will be good for the economy as well. So, but other than that, they just said, yeah, unlimited quantitative easing. Basically, that is the key word. So yeah, I don't, but yeah, I didn't expect that to be changing or anything like that. So yeah, let's see what the whole reaction is later tonight, when and basically for the next coming for the end of the month. I think the monthly close on the traditional markets is and of course for on Bitcoin is what really matters for the next couple of steps, right? So let's talk about a little bit about the long term, right? The long term. Because like I said, I do think that we are just going to be ranging here and over the next couple of days, to be honest, until the monthly close. And once the monthly close is in, I do believe that we will have a pullback, most likely, like I said, towards this area here, the 10.5K area, or this order block here in the liquidity block. So more ranging here, maybe a spike towards the 11.5 once again, after a small, pennant, sort of a pennant, maybe before maybe at the monthly close or something like that. That would be really ideal, right? So we form some sort of like a small pennant here, monthly close at the 11,500. And then we break down towards 10.5, get the liquidity, and then push up over the next week towards 12K or something like that. That would be the very ideal scenario. Let's put it like that. But we have to see it confirmed before anything, right? So we just take it level by level. But like I said, it just looks like a small movement, ranging a couple of days that is most likely going to be happening. So this range is what I am expecting, right? So if we are holding this range, everything is good. Everything is good for Bitcoin. Everything is good for the monthly close as well. So let's take a look on the monthly, what we are looking at, of course. So as I said before, this is basically the critical level. We want to have a close that is above this area here, right? The previous, on the 1st of June 2019, if we are currently, as you can see, the body is above us here. So this is the big red line. If we close the monthly, we would be creating a higher high on the monthly structure, and of course that is on the macro level very important, right? As you can see here, lower, higher low, lower, and then here reversal, and then finally maybe not yet, not sure yet, we still have a couple of days to go, so don't don't act too positively just yet, but everything is looking pretty well, right? So but that is basically what we are looking for. If we do get a push and close above it, then a small pullback on the daily or on the weekly to cool off all the momentums and all the oscillators, and then we push on until next month, until towards above the 11,500, and hopefully that is going to give us that bull run towards 14,000. Like I said, most likely 14,000 is well, a little bit below 14,000, as you can see. 13,900 something is where I am expecting us to be going once we are breaking that pesky 11,500 ish area, where it has been a very long time going, that we always had a distribution on that level, right? So once again, let's talk about that 11,500 level. Why is that level so important? Well, you can see it. I think you can see it very clearly here. So let's put the line there at 11,500 something. It's a little bit higher, right? Where is it? Here. This level here. Let's make it a red line also, so you can see it. Okay, so yeah, once we break above and close above that line, that's basically the most important thing, right? So we can clearly see here we got rejected here and it went down. We got rejected here and went spiked down. We got rejected here, spiked down. This basically also spiked down, and yeah, key moment, right? Key moments in life. So if we break up and then use this as a pivot and as a support, then yeah, that's a little bit too high. Then basically this, right, towards the 14k or the previous high here, a little bit below 14k is where I expect us to be going, or basically here as well, right? So this whole resistance here, this area here. But yeah, like I said, we can only think about those things once the levels and once everything is being confirmed. So just talking about those levels, just because, well, if it does happen, that we have an idea and that we have a master plan to be trading it, right? So like I said, if that happens, that is basically what I am going to be trading. But on the other hand, we also have to be very, very careful that we don't get rejected from here. For example, that is something that I've explained before already. If we do get closes below this level, we will be heading down most likely to the bottom of this channel, and then we have been testing this bottom of this channel so many times, most likely it's going to be breaking towards the downside, right? So that is something that you also have to keep in mind as well. And like I said, if we are making a nice measured move from that pattern and we break down, let's say from there, we are seeing at the $7,400, $7,300 area. So I just want to be clear. Of course, when we are, you know, we have the momentum and when we are grinding to try to break towards the upside, I am talking more about the scenarios or the possibilities towards the upside. But unlike a couple of weeks ago, when we are grinding towards the downside continuously, I'll be talking more towards the downside. But that doesn't mean that I am bullish or bearish or whatever the people want to say, right? I am not neither. I am neither. I just am going to be forming my master plan to basically trade the direction or whatever happens if any levels are going to be broken. So very, very clear. If we are breaking above the 11,500, what is it? 11,530 something like that. I forgot already. 11,532, I think. Yeah, 11,532, I think. Let's see. Where is it? The previous candle on the weekly. Sorry. Here. Yeah, this one here. Let's take a look. 11,325.5. A little bit higher, actually. A little bit higher. Let's call it 11,550. So to make it completely clear. So if we close a candle, a daily candle, a high time frame candle above 11,550, that is basically the trend, right? That's the trend to be going towards the upside. But like I said, it has to confirm first before we I will make that decision to be trading towards the upside. The same thing, it has to break down towards the area that I am saying before I will take that trade towards the downside as well. But for now, I'm just scalping, and since the trend is towards the upside, I will always scalp towards the upside. I will. So when we are in this kind of momentum right now here, and you are scalping, that's what I always advise to people as well. Try to always find longing positions rather than shorting position, because I know there's a lot of people who try to be a hero and try to short this and try to find the top of this. And the only spot, and that is something that I've said before already, the only spot that I would short is this top here, so 11.5. The reason is because once again you can risk manage very easily, right? So if we then close above 11,550, you can close your position and you will be making a very small amount of loss. That is actually the only spot that I would be trying to short. That's it. But other than that, if we are seeing some sort of like a range, like I said, range here, and the trend is towards the upside, there is very low risk to be longing, because we kind of know that, you know, we are in a major uptrend, right? So even if the price goes down a little bit, you kind of can exit your trade as well, your long trade as well, quite safely, because there is always like a bounce towards the upside. So if you are scalping, really I would suggest to be scalping towards longing positions when we are in an uptrend, and of course shorting positions when we are in a downtrend, right? So that's the reason I'm just trying to scalp from the bottom of this channel right now. So every time, as you can see, we are holding this channel very well, so I don't see it anything different, right? So that's the reason we are looking at other indicators and momentum and RSI and formations, but you know, you just play it level by level, right? So if this level breaks, then most likely this is the next level. But since this is the EMA 21, very likely that you will have a bounce. So even if you would be longing from this position where I am in at right now, and it breaks down towards the EMA 21, it will make that bounce toward the upside. So once again, your risk is on well, what I think is on the lower end of the trades. So I know that a lot of people always try to be shorting as well. For example, I know a lot of people will be trying to short at the top of this channel here. Although there was bearish divergence, I'm not really a fan of it, because, well, what if you can clearly see the spike up and then you get into a panic mode and this and that and so on and so on. So I really strongly don't like that that kind of risk. But like I said, I'm a little chicken, so I always try to find the less risk and more secure ways to be. Well, there's always risk, right? There's no way, like I said, there's no way that you can have 100% profitable trades or anything like that. There's just no way. There's no way. But when there are spots that are less risky, I'll try to take that rather than you know, trying to be a hero and shorting against the market or something like that. Anyways, so we have our close. we did have our close, and well, nothing that special, to be honest. Let's see it here. We closed at just above this S1 level at 10,044. So nothing that special, nothing to be worried about. Like I said, if we do close below this, then I would be in a problem. Let's take a quick look on the RSI. RSI is making that curl towards the upside, so everything is looking good for a bounce towards the upside, right? So this is basically the channel that we are looking at. So if there, so now for if you want to be super safe, you can already put your stop loss in, right? You can already put your stop loss in at, for example, the same spot that you've entered at. If price goes down below 10,922, you will just be closing your position, and then you don't have any loss at all. So That's basically even more secure. Where will I be closing my long? At the top of the channel. So I'll take profits once again at 11,200. But if we, once again, very similar strategy as yesterday, if we close a 4-hour candle above 11,200, it will most likely go to 11,300, and if we are lucky, even 11,400. But like I said, profits it profits. So I'm not, I will see how things go. Everything will depend on the momentum, and of course how this. If we do break out of this channel here towards the upside, I'll just leave. Of course, I will just leave my long position. But right now, I am targeting this 11,300. That's what I'm targeting. As you can see here, we always wicked up outside of this channel. Quite often, as you can see, every time very near 11,300, right? So, but if you want to be safe, you can already take profits. Let's say you take 75% profits at 11,200, and then you let it roll for 25% to 11,300. But let's say things don't work out and the price gets dumped back into 11,100, and then you just close it at 11,100, or you put a stop loss, a profit stop loss at 11,100, and then you still have a nice amount of an average profit of 11,175, right? So from 10,922 to 11,175 is still a substantial amount of profits, right? So that's how you have to be thinking. But for now, I'm aiming for 11,300. That's basically what my main target will be. But like I said, if it goes to like 11,200, I'll already will start taking profits from there. If we get there, of course. I mean, we're nothing is sure in life, right? So very similar as well here for Ether. I'll be thinking about taking profits most likely here at the 327 here, just above the triangle. We can see some wicks here. Ethereum. Okay, yeah, that is quite important as well. As you can see yesterday, Ethereum did go up, but it didn't go as high as Bitcoin, and that's the reason is of course because the Bitcoin dominance right now is basically on towards the upper hand or the upper side right now. So any alt, you should be a little bit more careful right now, because the alts are not going to be going as hard as Bitcoin, because the Bitcoin dominance is higher right now. It's ranging right now, so 64, around 64. So I do believe that once we get that bull run for Bitcoin, everything will be into Bitcoin. So we will most likely be breaking up out of this channel that I've drawn here. So be very careful with your altcoins. That doesn't mean when I'm talking about your altcoins, I'm talking about it in BTC pairing. I'm not talking about it in USD pairing. In USD pairing, it will go up as well, most likely, but it will most likely not go up as fast as Bitcoin. So most of your money should be into Bitcoin at that point in time. Actually, the only reason that I'm trading ETH right now is because it looks like ETH is more like a leading indicator rather than anything else, right? So yeah, I mean, if Bitcoin goes on a bull run, it will, like I said, right? It's like Big Daddy is gonna pull up everybody along the way, right? So it's gonna take everything along the way, but you'll just make more money by just longing Bitcoin. So I'm not really interested in altcoins at that time and at that point in time during a major bull run. After when Bitcoin has that major bull run and it starts to range, that's when you should be very interested in altcoins, because then altcoins are going to make that push and make that run, right? So yeah, that's basically what we should be that you should be thinking about. Okay, so for Ether, between 324 327, I'm going to be taking profits immediately at 324 for a substantial amount already, and then try to be the next on 327, right? So but very similar strategy as Bitcoin as well, So waiting for it to be hitting towards the top sides, and then let's see how it's going to be reacting, right? But like I said, I do believe that we are going to be mainly ranging for the next couple of days, and then that monthly close is going to be super important, basically. Right now, there will be plenty of altcoins that are going to be making a quick run because you know, the market cap is super small and this and that. But like I said, I'm not really interested in in altcoins or anything like that. So I'm not this is not the channel for altcoins. Let's put it like that. I don't really care about it. I have a very little amount of altcoins. My portfolio is like only 3% is altcoins from my total portfolio, so total crypto portfolio. So I don't really care that much about altcoins. Right. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, Link. I wanted to talk a little bit about Link as well, because this is the formation that Link is showing, and I would be interested, very similar, if we do break outside of this wedge that is being formed right now. So there's two areas that I'm interested at, and that is of course here on the bottom side, which is at around the purple line, right? The purple line are or the EMA 200 here at the purple line, the EMA 200. That's where I am very interested in longing, because, well, most likely if we do get down there, we will have a substantial bounce towards the upside, or of course if we are breaking outside of this triangle, right? So if we are closing above this triangle, I do expect us to go back up towards like $8.1 or something like that. So that's basically another altcoin that I am keeping an eye on. Let's put it like that. And the reason why I am looking at Link is because everybody was so hyped about Link, so and there's quite a substantial amount of liquidity into Link, so that's the only reason why I'm taking I'm keeping an eye on Link as well, because yeah, sometimes it does make a really strong push towards the upside as well. Anyways, so we have closed the 12-hour candle, and let's take a look on expected moves, right? Let's take a look on expected moves. Expected moves, first standard deviation towards the top side is at 11,175, which is the 11,200-ish area towards the top side, and the bottom side, first standard deviation toward the bottom side is 10,783, which is around the 10,800, right? And as you can see, the expected moves chart is showing that the probabilities towards the upside is higher than the downside, and yeah, that's basically the range that we are looking at, right? 11,200 towards the upside, or 10,800 something on the downside, right? So yeah, pretty much pretty much what we are expecting. But like I said, for me this is kind of no-brainer for me to be scalping towards the down on the bottom towards the upside, and that's basically what I'm trading right now. Right, so just waiting for it to be hitting one of the targets there on the top side. And yeah, other than that, what are we seeing? I think that we are just going to be making, to be honest, at first I was hoping that we wouldn't be making something like this, right? Some sort of a bull flag towards the monthly close, let's put it like that. But right now, just thinking about it, it doesn't make any sense to be making a bull flag towards the downside. The reason why is the monthly close should be above 10.8, right? Like we said, like I've said before. So I think what we are actually going to be forming is more some sort of like a rising channel, to be honest, that we are going to be making. So what I'm thinking is something more like this. It's like a rising channel towards this, like this. We're gonna hit like the top 11.5 at the monthly close or something like that, and because it's a rising channel, it's gonna break down towards here, towards the 10.5, and then we break up over the next couple of weeks towards the moon. That's that's basically what I'm expecting right now. But like I said, you know, this is just purely, you know, thinking of possible scenarios. It's nothing to be you know, it's just probabilities that I have in my mind, and I always draw like a ton of scenarios and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, what I'm going to be trading is my technical analysis, and what I'm going to be trading is the zones and the levels that I'm drawing right now, right? So that's basically it. Anyways, what else? Can I check XLM? Of course, I can check XLM for you. Let's take a look on XLM. XLM USDT. Let's take a look. So this is XLM. Sorry. This is the 4-hour. Can we see some divergences? Can we see some divergences? Is there some divergences? 1 second. See if some divergences. Wait. Let me take another chart, because this is a little bit convoluted. 1 second. Let me put it back on my chain link. Wait. Okay, where is this one? Maybe. Yeah, I'll put it here on my Dixie chart. So XLM. Okay, let's take a look here. Line. Okay. Do we have any bullish divergences? Do you have any divergences? No, I don't see any divergences so far. Let's take a look. Here, no. Here, no. No divergence at all. So that's not that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. But because Bitcoin is moving towards the upside, I do believe that you know, if we believe that Bitcoin is going towards the upside, then most likely this is going to be slowly going towards the upside as well. Let's take a look here. On the daily, it's still holding the EMA 21, so it's not bad, right? It's not bad. Let's take a look on if we can see some pattern. Yeah, we're just holding this this trend line basically, right? So I would say something like this is being formed. So I would say, yeah, most likely push back up towards the top of the triangle, right? So 0.098 ish or something like that. 0.098 ish, something like that. Is it forming some sort of a double bottom on the 4-hour? Yeah, not really a fan of like not really a fan of like you know, you can see like bottoms, double bottoms everywhere. That's basically what people are saying all the time. Now I would say most likely back to the R1. That would be looks good for a push towards the upside on that area, because RSI is most likely going to be breaking here, right? So we can see here this line here. RSI is most likely going to be breaking here. So if we confirm over the next couple of hours, if that breaks, most likely towards the upside with this price going up, most likely I would be aiming towards here, back to the top of the triangle here, 0.098. That's where I would be seeing what happens, but there is quite a lot of resistance, as you can see here on the top side. But yeah, back to the top in the short term, back towards the top of this this triangle. That's what I would be expecting, as long as we are holding this this support line here. XRP. XRP. Good old XRP. Okay. I think XRP we did yesterday already. I did say yesterday. Okay, yeah, I did say yesterday something already. So yesterday what I was saying is that what we want to be seeing is a daily close above this previous high here, right? So a daily close above this red line, above 0.24491. That's basically what we want to be seeing for XRP. But right now, as you can see, still no daily close above it, but things are, things are pushing, right? Things are pushing towards the upside. So that's basically the key to a push towards the upside. So that's what I would be looking at. So if the daily closes above there, that would most likely be confirmation towards a nice push towards the previous top. I would say immediately here, yeah, close to on a weekly basis. So on the macro scale, back to the 0.30 cents for XRP. So, but yeah, it has to confirm first. It has to close that daily candle first. For now, on the short term, I think very similar to everything else. Yeah, it's flagging out some sort of like a pennant type of structure here. Looks good. Looks good for a push towards the upside. Will it? So in the short term, very similar as well. Short term, I do believe that most likely we'll be going back to the R1 0.48, something like that, towards that. But yeah, macro scale, yeah. XRP is not a great chart. XRP is definitely, if you are zooming out, look at this, right? I mean, this is the chart, right? So it's a horrible chart. So I understand a lot of people are holding XRP bags, right? Bags and bags of XRP. So they're the ones who are, they want to be seeing some progress. There is a chance that we get back to the 30 cents area, 0.29 cents area here. There's a good chance with the bull run, but yeah, I mean, if you are holding Ripple or XRP at that point in time, I mean, just dump it, man. Just dump it. There's so much other good stuff that you can make money off, or so many other projects that are way better, that have a way better chart than this type of bullshit, right? So I would consider it lucky that you will be able to be dumping your tokens at that kind of price. I mean, that's what I would be doing. I have zero XRP, so I don't I don't care about XRP, but I know that a lot of people obviously have XRP, or else their market cap would never be that high. But yeah, there's a, like I said, if we are going on a nice bull run, then yeah, I would see XRP back to 0.29 cents, and then dump it, people, dump it. That's basically what I would be doing. All these shitty projects. But yeah, first we need to see a confirmation, a daily candle close above that red line, and then we can talk. Let's put it like that. Let's take a look on ERD. What happened to ERD there? ERD made a push up. Looks good. Looks good. Flagging out on a high level, some sort of like a triangle. Also on the short term, it's breaking out. I would watch this level here, the 0.27796, right? If we close if we close a 4-hour candle close above it, it will most likely be going towards the 0.029 once again. So a leg up towards the previous high, basically, right? Is this the all-time high? I don't know if it's the all-time high. Most likely it is, right? Is it the all-time high? Yeah, it's an all-time high. So we would create a new all-time high if we do close. That would be the area that I would be looking at. So if we close above 0.278, that would be the area that I would be looking at. But looks good, flagging out, pushing towards the top side, and with the market going towards the upside, it bodes well for ERD as well. Hi Silverflex. I just looked at XLM already, Alvin, so you'll have to just take a look back, scroll back a little bit on the video. But once again, if the Bitcoin dominance is high, you'll make more profits by taking just a long on Bitcoin, to be honest, than on shitcoins. But yeah. What I think of Cardano, I have totally no opinion about Cardano at all. But overall, it looks like a shitty chart as well, right? So I mean, a macro scale, right? Let's take a look. So if we, like I said, it's very similar. on a macro scale, as you can see here, super bearish, but right now at least it made a nice, very nice, a lot nicer than I expected, a recovery towards the upside. So this looks good. Not that bad, to be honest, not that bad. Let's see if we can see some yeah, the hype is gone right now, right? Because of the main net that has been launched, but it still has not broken any major structure or anything like that. So it seems like it's just consolidating as well here on the top of the range as well. So it doesn't look that bad. Doesn't look that bad. It has to be holding this EMA 55, this green line here, but I think it will. I think it's gonna bounce off from on this area here and make a bounce towards the upside. But yeah, a lot of resistance here, right? So sort of like a double top structure here. Not pretty. So but I do think that it will bounce as well, because like every if like I said, if Bitcoin is going to be rallying, every altcoin is going to be rallying a little bit as well, right? So I do believe that we will have a bounce. Most likely it's going to bounce back to the EMA 21 right now, so the 0.14062 that's basically most likely where it's going to go to in the short term, at least. But overall, yeah, let's I'm like I said, I don't really care that much about about altcoins. I'm just doing it for and also this is just, you know, in like 1 minute, right? So I'm not doing like some thorough analysis or anything like that, so take everything please for as a grain of salt. I'm just looking. I never look at those charts in my life, while Bitcoin, of course, that's my job, so that one I can be a little bit more secure about the details and stuff like that. But this looks like it's holding the EMA 55 and most likely a bounce back towards the 0.14 level. Do we break it? Depends on Bitcoin as well, right? So somewhere around there, bounce towards back there. Sia coin. What the fuck is Sia coin? Sia coin. I don't even know what Sia coin is, by the way. So just saying. Wow, that's not much data. So let's see on the daily. Wow, that looks horrible, man. That looks really horrible. At least there's some bounce right now. So yeah, a small bounce, but wow, that's some sick resistance areas right there. So yeah, at least there's some bounce right now, but yeah, this is definitely not a good looking chart. This is definitely not a good looking chart. If you are very lucky, then we will get back to here, right? Like the 0.0034 0.003405. If you are very lucky, I would be getting out on that area and run for the hills. That's what I would be doing if it was me, of course. But yeah, I have no idea what it is. But yeah, the chart. I mean, you can see it yourself, right? I mean, this is basically a downtrend. This is a downtrend, and we have a nice spike here, like a pump and dump. And then, as you can see, people immediately dumped all their tokens, and it went immediately back down to below that's not a good sign. That's not a good that's not a good sign of strength for a token, right? So it pumped up, and then it immediately pumped all the way back down towards the downside, right? So crazy. Anyways, what's about Ample? What's Ample? Ample4. No, Ample4. Ample4. Let's take a look on Qcoin. Wow, holy macaroni. That does not look good. Holy shit. Wow. just want to see on the weekly chart. Holy mucko! Wow. Okay, that's yeah, that's fucked up, man. that's that's fucked up. That's a fucked up chart. So that's a fucked up chart. Yeah, this looks like a project that's being abandoned. That's being thrown away. So yeah, I would not give yeah, not much hope for it, to be honest. I would run. I would run for the hills. I would run for the hills when I see this this type of stuff. Yeah, sadly enough, yeah, I don't I think it's gonna keep going down, to be honest. I think this is a dead project, or people are just gone out of this project. I don't know what's going on with the project, but looks like a scam to me. Yeah, it looks like a scam, basically. So yeah, not good. Yeah, sorry for the guys that are holding that token. Sorry. RIP. RIP. Use cases, BTC or if, I mean, that's a big debate, right? I think there's a use case for both. Why not for both, right? We have smart contracts for Ether, and we have store of value, digital gold for Bitcoin. Why not? Why not? But of course, I will, like I said, I will always go for the number one. It makes the most sense. It's the most safe. It has the most liquidity. If some shit happens, you can get out easily. It's not like some coin that has like 50,000 or 500,000 market cap or something like that. And then once they run for the hills, it becomes like no value. There's billions in market cap on Bitcoin. That's where I feel safe, and that's the reason why I am into Bitcoin. And also, of course, Bitcoin gives you a lot of opportunities. And that's, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, technology, of course, I'm a fan of technology, right? Of course, I'm a fan of Bitcoin and Ethereum and whatever. I do believe in the technology, but at the end of the day, it's my job, it's my work, so I'm in it for the money. It's you don't work for fun, right? I mean, people go to, well, you can enjoy your work, that's something else, but at the end of the day, you are working to make money, and that's basically what I care about. I'm just finding the easiest way for me to make money, right? So that's it. What about REP? REP used to be REP Ogre. Ogre. Let's take a look on the weekly chart first. Looks like a nice pump and dump on the weekly. On the daily, it's not good. On the daily, as you can see, it's closing when it's very simple, right? When it starts closing below the EMA 21, that's never a good sign, right? So this is not a good structure, So this and closing, if it keeps closing below the EMA 21, that's very troublesome, to be honest. In the short term, in the very short term, can I see a bounce here? Slope, even on the 4-hour, it's still closing below the EMA 21. It's making bearish crosses towards the downside, as you can see here. EMA 21 crossing towards the downside of the EMA 55. Not a good sign. I want to see it close above the EMA 21, basically, first. But this is not a positive looking chart. I would definitely not be interested in putting money into Ogre at this point in time. The increase of volume. Okay, volume is a quite interesting thing. Maybe I'll give a more elaborate video about that, because I can talk about volume for quite a substantial amount of time. So I can talk about it maybe like 15 minutes or something like that. So I'll save the volume on a different or a separate video, because there's two things. There's obviously volume, but there's also open interest, which is also basically volume. But open interest right now is the key for trading, to be honest. I'll go, Sasha. I'm not gonna do Neo today. I'll do it tomorrow maybe. Right. So I'll wrap it up for Bitcoin first because it's over 1 hour and then my voice starts to become very raspy. So let's wrap it up for Bitcoin. What am I expecting? Most likely, I'm actually expecting more ranging for the next couple of days until the monthly close. So this is the range that I'm talking about: 10,900 ish on the bottom side and 11,200 ish on the top side. Of course, we can wick up or a little bit towards the upside. Of course, we can wick down across down towards the downside as well. But in terms of like candle closes, that's basically what the range is. What I am expecting currently and along from this area here at 10,000. What is it? 10,922. Expecting to go back up towards the 11,200 or 11,300 if we are lucky. That's basically what I am expecting in the short run, because I don't expect us to be breaking down any big structures towards the downside, but I don't expect us to be breaking big structures towards the upside as well over the next couple of days until the monthly close. And then after the monthly close, we can see most likely some more volatility and most likely some more movement. And that's basically what the situation is at right now. The reason why I don't think that we will be breaking structure towards the upside is because we need to cool off on the RSI, right? So over the next couple of days, if we are ranging and the RSI is cooling towards the downside, that is very positive, right? So while price is going up and we are cooling back down, we have then the space and the power to be going towards the upside. So that's basically what I'm waiting to be seeing. Other than that, on the very short term, as you can see here, we are in this channel, so that's the reason why I do expect this to be moving back towards the upside, right? So ranging, but that doesn't mean that you cannot make money while it is ranging. Like I said, I'm just scalping, like I explained before, scalping from the bottom towards the upside. I do expect us to be once again retesting the 11,200 area. Let's see if if I will be correct once again by tomorrow, or we break down towards the downside. Like I said, I don't think we have the energy to be breaking towards the downside, but I don't think that we have the energy to breaking towards the upside as well. So ranging is still profitable and still good for me as well. So let's see what happens, and that's basically it for today. All right. Yes. Well, BTC does good work. We just hope that BTC does well, right? So, but that doesn't mean that altcoins are sad or anything like that. I mean, there's plenty of ways to be making money. Everybody just does how they want, or they do it. For me, it's I'm trading Bitcoin mainly, so that's basically I'm trading. I'm not only for crypto. I'm talking about crypto. I also trade forex. I also trade stocks and so on and so on. So, but for everything, I usually try to trade the most liquidity, because that's the easiest to, like I said, the safest and the easiest way to be making money and getting out in case some shit happens. And for me, altcoins and definitely the small market caps, they're just too dangerous for me, because it can go to zero. It's so fast that you cannot react quickly enough, and then you end up holding a bag of shitty coins that are minus 99% for 2 years, and then you are just asking everybody, hey, when is this going to be pumping? That's that's the sad story. Anyways, let's call it a day. I hope to speak to you guys again tomorrow, same time, 7:30 p.m. UTC plus 8. Please like, share, and comment if you like what you are hearing on this channel. And until tomorrow, please stay home, stay safe, and of course, stay COVID free.